Hey guys, there's a couple lists from last year that I really wanted to do, but still haven't gotten around to. Besides my top albums for the year, I'm gonna go ahead and knock one of them out now. Ooh, it's late. It's like the end of January. What the fuck ever. I don't care. This, as you can see, is my top five songs from 2011. I'm going to go ahead and start this off with number five, which is, this may come as a surprise to you, as some of you who know me, because even though I didn't review this album, I kind of found it to be average slash mediocre overall. But number five is Frog and Bullfish by Periphery. Holy shit. This song impressed the ever-loving hell out of me. I could not stop listening to it for weeks, ever since I found it. There's a chord progression in this song. That's one of the main things about it, is just the chord progressions and the way it grooves in 6/8. It's like, you'd have to go listen to it. But honestly, when I heard that, it was like quite unlike any chord progression I'd ever really heard in my life before that point. It's just so melodic yet jazzy. And Spencer, this was originally an instrumental song for Bulb, but Spencer put some like really good vocals on it. At first I didn't like the vocals on the track, but then I realized that they really do fit along with the music very well. And there's also an added acoustic outro that's just fucking awesome. This is a phenomenal track. Number four is another album that kind of underwhelmed me a bit in the long run, but there were some songs on it that were amazing. This one, it explodes. Explosia by Gojira. Holy fucking damn. I honestly think this is one of their best songs. I mean, it's not off the classic, like, From Mars to Sirius, but, like, this just encompasses so much of what Gojira are about. Practically everything about their sound. I mean, it doesn't do everything they've ever done in one song. It doesn't have stuff like The Art of Dying in it, but still, it's heavy, it's melodic, it's structured very progressively with the three sections. And honestly, it just picks up exactly where The Way of All Flesh left off, which I thought was really cool. But just especially the first section, the riffs are so addicting. And then we get to number three, The Autotheist Movement by The Faceless. Yes, I consider this as one song. If you want to listen to the Autotheist Movement, you'd have to listen to the first three tracks on the new The Faceless album. But to me, it flows as one song, so that's why it's my number three. This song, it just goes through so many different, like, I wouldn't say styles, but just like sections, and like everything is balanced well. The clean vocals that are used way more prominently throughout the album are in a very they're very balanced well with the death metal growls, and just some of the freaking melodies on this are some of the most interesting and epic that the Faceless have ever sounded, especially the riff in the middle where you get these tremolo picking in these gigantic symphonic hits with sweeping guitar over it. That section is just monumental, and of course it doesn't like stray from the Faceless's old sound completely. Like the main opening riff in the third movement, To Consecrate, is totally Planetary Duality-esque, and overall it just keeps you engaged through the entire thing, which is something not all big old 17-minute songs can do, so, you know. Number two is a tie between two songs off of the same album that honestly, I know I prefer one, but I've honestly got to mention both of them. Sons of Winter and Stars and Time by Winter Sun. Holy fucking... I just listened to Sons of Winter and Stars today, like earlier, I have not been able to stop listening to either of these songs since the album came out. Like, pretty much every day I've listened to those songs once or twice. They feel, they're so perfect that they feel like they're only, like, a few minutes long when they're actually like 13 and 11 minutes long. It just passes by so quickly because you just get so engrossed in it. And it's structured so unbelievably well. Like, each part flows into the next, and you can, like, remember everything that's going on. And all the layering just adds such lushness, and addictive melodies would be an understatement. Like, these songs, I don't care what anyone says. Like, if you're more of a fan of, like, just guitar-driven music, you're not gonna like these songs, but I am honestly someone who just likes epic, dark music. That's why I got into metal, so these songs just fucking, they still continue to blow my mind, and they're the number 2 spot on my list. Number 1 is not only my number 1 song for 2012, but also one of my favorite, if not right now, my favorite song of all time. I Am Colossus by Meshuggah. This song, it does a lot, and yet it doesn't do very much at the same time. It sounds simplistic. It just sounds like, you know, low chugging, probably, to the untrained ear. But in actuality, the rhythmic layering, which is what you basically listen to Meshuggah for, is the polyrhythms and the rhythmic layering, I think is at their most genius on this song, save for maybe, like, and I think this is probably their best work from, like, a subjective standpoint for me. Probably from a more objective standpoint, I'd say this is their absolute magnum opus, Catch 33. But, it's the heaviest thing you might ever hear in your life, depending on your opinion of this song. I know it's the heaviest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's like a sub frequency beneath the low F. It just sounds like it can fucking crush universes. And as it gets further and further into the song, it just gets even heavier and heavier and heavier than it did when it started out. And it just blows my mind. Colossus is like the heaviest thing ever. And I don't feel ashamed to say that, because this is my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little quick video for you guys. Peace. Keep it metal.